Good afternoon, everybody. Big Mike back here with you once again. And today, I bring to you my recap and review for Impact Wrestling's Rebellion and this weekend's AAA TripleMainia, I believe it's Monterrey, predictions. So, I apologize this is going up a little late. I wanted to do this yesterday, but I kind of came down with something. Wanted to get checked out. Thankfully, I'm all right. So let's get into it. So first match on the pre-show, we have Eddie Edwards taking on Chris Bay. Now, originally this was supposed to be Edwards versus Gresham, but Gresham got pulled from the card. There has been some conflicting reports, so I am not going to delve on it. Hope whatever's ailing Gresham, he feels better soon from. So instead we get this match, which honestly, I think over-delivered. Both men worked really, really well together, considering they've been working together within their respective stables against one another. A lot of high flying, a big old dive from Chris Bay to the outside on Eddie. I don't think Honor No More was ringside. I know Bullet Club wasn't because they had their own matches to take care of. I think Eddie Edwards has been using his Ring of Honor finisher lately, which that's definitely really cool to see. Hits it on Bay. 1, 2, 3. Winner, Eddie Edwards. I do hope they do something a little bit more with Chris Bay. Whether that's something with New Japan or here in Impact, I hope they have something a little bit better for it. Overall, really good match. Big old thumbs up. Next up, a match, I believe it was previously announced, but then it looked like it was getting replaced by something else, but then it went on anyway. Knockouts tag team titles are on the line as The Influence, that's Madison Rayne and Tennille Dashwood, take on The Inspiration, Jessa McKay and Cassie Lee. This was a decent affair. Not to say it was bad. It was fun for what it was, but it was relatively too short for my taste. No Caleb with a K, so that angle was kind of dropped. I hope they do something else for that, because I was kind of hoping that story would continue, because it was at least kind of interesting. Influence beat The Inspiration with their double team finish. Kind of okay match, not their best outing, but hopefully we get to see a new combination of tag teams in the Knockouts tag team division. Next up, contender for maybe match of the year. We'll see. It is a triple threat match as we have Steve Maclin, Chris Sabin, one half of the Motor City Machine Guns, and the Bullet Club's leader, Switchblade Jay White. And boy, oh boy, they went all out against each other. It was a heck of a match. Even Maclin kept up, which was great. I believe Jay White hit his finish on Sabin, which looked like the finish. Then Maclin dumped White over the top and pinned Chris Sabin himself to get a big old victory, and I hope they do something really cool with Maclin coming soon, because I think that was a bit of a star-making performance, and Maclin has been killing it on Impact lately. So, gonna give this a thumbs up, and I think this is one you need to go out of your way and go see. Next up for the AAA Reina de Reinas Championship, their women's title, it's Deonna Purrazzo defending against the returning Taya Valkyrie. Valkyrie coming to Impact, back to Impact for the first time in, I want to say it's like 3 years-ish. Last we saw, she was getting escorted out of by police as the I don't even want to talk about this storyline. It was so stupid. It basically writing her off because she was going to the WWE, but now she's back. And yeah, Taya and Purrazzo had a nice little match. Purrazzo definitely trying to get her more technical stuff in, while Taya, countered a whole heck of a lot, which was interesting to see. Then Taya, hit her finish for the 1, 2, 3. Winner and new AAA Reina de Reinas champion, Taya Valkyrie. And we'll be talking about her, I believe, on Saturday. Yeah, I think she's going to be around for AAA on Saturday. So that should be fun. Thumbs up. I will say a little bit short, but yeah, it was still fun for what it was. Next up, easily match of the night. Another triple threat match, this time for the X Division Championship, as Trey Miguel defends against Ace Austin and Speedball Mike Bailey. Now, at first, we had Austin and Speedball kind of working together on Trey. That broke down almost immediately. And boy, oh boy, they brought the firepower to this one. A lot of flips, flops, and dives. A lot of interesting technical stuff from Ace Austin too, actually. Like that was a lot of fun. I honestly thought Ace or Trey were gonna win this one, but to my surprise, Ace Austin hits the fold, which is his finishing move, which is kind of I want to say it's a reverse jumping DDT or something like that. It's something like that. For the pinfall on Trey and the win. So Ace Austin, your 3-time X Division champion. It was a nice little surprise. I am not mad at it. And I'm going to give this match 2 thumbs up. And once again, a must-see. Next match. A bit more of a slowdown, but, it was a lot of fun to watch. We have New Japan legend Tomohiro Ishii taking on Big O Jonah. And I will say this, it did start off a little bit slow, a little methodical. But then by the end, they were going for the bombs on this one. Like these two looked like they really wanted to hurt each other, and it was phenomenal. Ishii with his big old kick for the win. I'm going to give this a thumbs up. And I'm also going to say this one is a must-watch. Go and check it out. And this is where the show kind of stalls a little bit for me. Not too much, but a little bit. As we have the 8-team gauntlet match for the Impact World Tag Team Champions. Now, basic rules of this, 8 teams. They come out, as a duo, one at a time. One team gets eliminated. They are then replaced until all 8 have been eliminated. Until 7 teams have been eliminated. First team out was the major players. There were also 3 unannounced duos. So, that's fun for what it is. First duo out was the major players. That being Matt Cardona and what the heck is his name? I forget his name. The former Kurt Hawkins. as they finally have tag teamed up. That's our first surprise. Next surprise team, we have Jordani Grace and W. Morrissey. Morrissey got jumped by the Major Brothers on the Thursday before the show. And then Jordani Grace came out to help him, which, storyline that makes sense, but, I was hoping for a little bit more. Major Players got a quick roll-up victory on Jordani Grace, who then, post-match, Grace and Morrissey beat down the Major Brothers, including Morrissey putting Chelsea Green through a table, which, that was interesting. Next team out was Johnny Swinger and Zicky Dice. They have a mentor-mentee relationship thing going on. And this entry didn't last too long. Next out, Rich Swann and Willie Mack. Or as I'd like to call them, The Vibe. Oh, and those three were the three surprise teams. So, a little bit of a letdown, but I can understand more focusing on the talent you have instead of some new faces, which I'm okay with. We'll be seeing the Briscoes soon anyway. Swan and Mac put up I'd say a decent fight. But, oh no, wait a minute. But they ended up getting... Hold on. Am I missing something? Oh, no, I'm looking at this out of order. 1 second. First out was the Major Players. And then Grace and Morrissey, who got eliminated early. Number 3 was actually the Good Brothers, who go on a roll eliminating Major Players, Swinger and Dice. They had a decent outing against Swan and Mac, but overall then they got beat. And out comes Honor No More, which it looked like we were going to get a swerve in which Kenny King and Vincent were coming down the ramp. And then the Good Brothers get attacked by the OGK from behind, which, I like that. Those tactics are interesting. For a bit of a roll-up pin. So, no Good Brothers in this, which, that's interesting. Team 7, you have Heath Slater and Rhino, who are, teaming up one again. They had a really good outing against the OGK. And then, Ethan Rhino got the win, which, storyline-wise, it's interesting, because the last entry are the champs, Violent by Design, who Rhino was a part of the stable, before Heath Slater came back. Overall, a decent outing, from Heath and Rhino, but, EY hit the pile driver on Heath for the win, and still your Impact Tag Team Champions, Violent by Design. Now, I will say this. This is kind of hard to explain, but the ebbs and flows of this match felt off. Like, for some, you had some quick eliminations. Others took a little longer. The flow felt very weird. So, overall, the match was fine, but I was expecting a little bit more. So, kind of thumbs in the middle. Not really something you need to go out and see, but hopefully they step it up for the next show. Next up, we got the Knockouts title match. as we have Tasha Steele defending her Knockouts title against Rosemary. And honestly, this is where the show picks up a little bit more. There was definitely some decent chemistry, and then you had the answer to Savannah Evans ringside being Havoc, although she gets kicked out by the ref almost immediately after, I want to say, powerbombing Tasha Steele, which that was interesting. A lot of decent back and forth between Steele and Rosemary, in which Steele then takes the ref. Oh, and Steele hits her finisher, and then Rosemary kicks out. At that point, I thought Rosemary was going to win. But then, ultimately, Steele took the ref to the side. Evans came in. Big old boot to Rosemary's face. Tasha Steele hits her finish and gets a big old win. It was an interesting match, but I don't think it's anything to set the world on fire, which is a little sad because I like both of these participants. So overall, kind of here-ish match. Like nothing super, nothing to really write home about, but it wasn't actively bad, in my opinion. And his main event, boy oh boy, few months in the making, as Moose defends his Impact World Heavyweight Championship against Josh Alexander. And we start off with the entrances as Josh Alexander has his son come out with him in full gear. And at that point, I knew Josh was going to get the win. Spoiler alert. Moose comes out immediately, tries to take a cheap shot at Josh, which backfires. He then brings Josh Alexander to the outside in front of his wife and child, in which, Moose and her start jaw-jacking, considering Moose actually speared her at another promotions show, which was crazy. About mid-match, Alexander hits a C4 spike, and then Moose gets his foot on the ropes to break it up, which I thought that was going to be it. A little later down the road, we see Josh Alexander pull out a Styles Clash, of all things. That was crazy to see. He then takes off his ear defenders, I guess you could call them. He gets right up in Josh and Moose's face, basically says, "I'm taking this title." C4 spike. 1, 2, 3. Winner and new Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion, Josh Alexander, the walking weapon. I'm going to say this was an excellent bout. 2 thumbs up. And I'm going to say must see. And that was Impact for me. It had some ebbs and flows, some good, some bad. Overall, I'm going to give it like a thumbs up. It was a really good show. There was some, only real down really was the tag gauntlet match, which felt a little disconnected, if you will. But overall, really good show. I highly recommend. Alright, now that that's out of the way, I will now bring to you my predictions for this Saturday's AAA TripleMainia Monterrey, which is a celebration of AAA's, I want to say 30th anniversary? Something like that. Alright. And the matches are as followed. We have a Marvel Lucha Libre special, which participants are not known right now, so I can't really predict that. Sorry. We have a lumberjack match for the Copa TripleMainia. I guess it's some sort of trophy. Again, no participants are announced right now, so can't really predict it. Next match, a very interesting singles bout, as we have the return of the Ultimo Dragon. That's right, Ultimo Dragon back on our TV, taking on Pentagon Junior Zero Miedo. Oh man, that's going to be an interesting matchup. Overall, I do believe Ultimo Dragon's going to get the win here. He's a living legend, and I don't think it'll hurt Penta one bit, honestly. Next up, a three-way mixed tag team match, playa. As we have Marvella and Latigo. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. Taking on Sexy Star 2 and Octagon Jr. I know who they are. And AEW's own Tay Conti and Sammy Guevara. That's right, AEW getting involved with AAA a little bit more, and I like that. I think this is going to be Tay and Guevara's match to win. No offense to the other participants, but, you want to get some more heel heat on them. I think you got to have Sammy and Tay win. Next up, it's LA Park versus Villano 5. Personally, I'm not sure if Park's even going to make this show because of his conduct in MLW. I'm not going to get into it. I think LA Park is going to get the win here. I feel like he needs it for, momentum. Ooh, here's an interesting one. A three-way tag team match, playa. As LFI, being represented by Dragon Lee and Dralistico, take on Taurus and Johnny Superstar, John Mundo, a.k.a. Johnny Nitro, you know him, John Morrison. And they will be taking on Laredo Kid and Alberto El Patron, a.k.a. Alberto Del Rio. This makes me uncomfortable, especially with the allegations against Alberto. So I'm gonna say LFI gets the win here. I think they need it to keep things going until they can get their tag team title match. And actually, at the next AAA show, I think they're taking on the Hardy Boys. So that's going to be interesting. Next match, we have Rayo Dralistico Jr. against Blue Demon Jr. A bit of a legend. And actually, if I'm seeing these right, some of these are the loser loses their mask match. So that's going to be interesting. So I think Blue Demon Jr. gets the win here. Next match, we have a trios match as Pagano teams with Bandito and Taya Valkyrie. That's right, your new Reina de Reinas champion. As they take on Cybernetico, Alberto El Patron, and Diana Perrazzo. Wow, I wonder if they planned this. I think Team Taya Valkyrie is going to get the win here. Keep their momentum going. And then maybe you can have the other team, get some revenge after the match. Next match is also another losers their mask match. You have Karnik. I don't know who that is, taking on Psycho Clown. I think Psycho Clown gets the win here. It just makes sense to me. He's like the most popular superstar in AAA right now. And in our main event of the evening, a very special match, as we have the AAA Mega Champion, El Hijo del Vikingo, teaming with Phoenix, although let's see if he's cleared by then, as they take on Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks. Finally, they're making their way back to AAA. Actually, no, they've been down to AAA before. I think they were AAA Tag Champions a bit before the AEW Tag Team titles were a thing. Considering the losing streak the Young Bucks have been on, I think Vikingo and Phoenix, although I think we're going to see a replacement, get a win here. And then we'll see the continuing deterioration of the Bucks. Yeah, that's my predictions. I hope you enjoyed. And I hope to see you next time. Will I be recapping TripleMania for you guys next week? Hopefully on Monday. We'll see. And I hope you have a good one. Please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you thought of Rebellion. And what other shows you're looking forward to in the coming year. I thank you very much, and good night.